Welcome back to Book Dust Media. This is Reader Pass. All thrifted books that I picked up. We're going to go through them individually and see if there's something we want to read, or we're going to pass. It means we're probably just going to resell it. So first, we have Love Sick. So if you've been following the channel for a while, this really reminds me of the book, The Slob, that I started reading, but I actually didn't finish reading it because it was just too much for me. This looks like the same style.
It's got a warning.
It does have trigger warnings. You'd have to look up the trigger warnings, though.
You have to look up the trigger? Like, it won't even list it on there? It's saying, warning, go to this
This novel
website?
contains graphic content.
Ew.
Reader discretion is advised, but it does not show what the triggers are.
Well,
now, I forgot the style of... Someone told me what they consider that style. I forgot the name.
I've coming up with horror thriller splatterpunk?
Splatterpunk. There's the keyword, splatterpunk.
Fiction dark.
Yeah, it was actually
abuse.
Soda City Flips. Thank you, Shane. Told me what splatterpunk was. So now, splatterpunk, I'm not
Term
really...
coined in 1986. Refers to a movement within horror fiction distinguished by its graphic, often gory depictions of violence and hyper-intensive horror with no limits.
No limits. Yeah, it's just... Yeah.
Regarded as
Dark orange vomit shot out of his mouth. That's a sentence. Yeah, so the last book I DNF'd because I just kind of skimmed through it and did not want to read it. Mm-hmm. The Slob's right there, too. Is it by the same person?
No, but it's under the same splatterpunk genre.
Okay.
Of book.
So if you're interested in splatterpunk, you might like Lovesick, so check it out.
I don't like
I'm
the
not
covers on any of these things.
I'm not gonna read it. Next up, we have The Time of Contempt
from The Witcher?
From the Witcher series. I did just start reading the Witcher series. I'm on the first book right now. It's actually 0.5 is the one I'm reading. I'm like on chapter 3, I believe. So far, so good. I do enjoy it, so I'm going to keep this one. And
so what number is that in the Witcher series?
I have no idea. How many books are there in the Witcher series? I think there's a lot. The Last Wish, that's the first one, is what I'm reading right now, I believe. This is number 3, I think. Let me know if you guys have read this series before. I just started it, so I'm going to hold on to this one.
Number 2?
No, it's number 2.
That's not bad. Yeah,
well, I saw it on the back since I'm reading 0.1, and then there'll be number 1 I'll have to buy, and then I'll have technically number 2 to read.
Yeah, there is also a number 0.
Was I supposed to start there?
There's a prequel to the prequel. No, it's fine. There's a number 0, a number 5, another 0.7.
I've never seen that one. Another book for myself. I was happy when I found this because I didn't want to go to like Target or Walmart because it's like a $20 book, and I found it used and it's in perfect condition. A newer Stephen King. This is Holly. I really like the artwork on this one, so I'm going to put this in my Stephen King collection. I could never let Holly Gibson go. She was supposed to be a walk-on character in Mr. Mercedes, and she just stole the book and stole my heart. Holly is all her, Stephen King.
Mystery, thriller, horror, suspense, crime, and it is number 3 in a series.
We've showed this one before, and I had to pick up another Dune. Is this the second Dune, or is this the first one again?
I think that's the first one.
And you're still on the fence about reading this? This is actually a good copy.
I'm trying to convince myself to read it, and then...
And the ones that I bought you, they're a lot smaller, so it's probably
so that's actually a really good copy.
To read
that is number 1 of 4.
If you don't want it, I'm sure it's worth money to resell, but it is a very
Technically, the other one that was in our other video was number 1 of Legends of Dune.
Oh.
So it was like separate.
I'm going to give it to you.
From Dune.
If you ever get to it.
I need to, but it's way low on my list because I am not motivated. It's like one of those books that you know you want to read it, but you just kind of run from it because you're like, not yet.
Then what about this next book?
This is good. This is super cool. I did look this up. This is number 1, Bryan Sanderson Skyward, which is a science fiction one that he did. It looks...
Calm the Stars. Skyward.
Yeah, it is,
really cool.
I think it's young adults. Yeah, so it's number 1.
It has. You probably won't see that on camera, but it's got a little
young adult,
engravement on
science fiction, fantasy, space adventure, dystopian, aliens. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna. This is on my to-be list. This is towards the top of my to-be list for sci-fi.
This is the first Brandon Sanderson book I have found out in the wild at thrift stores. So decent condition too.
But like Bryan Sanderson books, it has 4 of them, but then it also has 1, 2, 3, 4 other. There's 8 altogether. He likes to write.
All right, next up we have The Dragonbone Chair by Ted Williams. I've been seeing this book going around on, I think it was like a Book Talk. Not this edition, but there was limited edition run that had a really, really cool cover that got my attention. I looked it up and I just found this, so I'm going to keep this one. It is not in very good condition at all.
Is that an older book?
It is yes, it's an older book. It's slightly wet. The corner's been chewed on. It's definitely a thrifted book.
So it's a book that if I decided to read, you wouldn't get mad at me if I read it in the bathtub? It's fine.
It's already got, it's kind of split in the middle. It's not falling apart yet, but it's not very good. Anyway, there's like I forget which publishing company put out like a newer version of this. It's really, really cool.
Oh, like a nicer sprayed edge.
Yes, sprayed edge and you know new graphics and everything. So it is an older book. I'm gonna keep this copy. Yes, you can read it in the bathtub, I guess, if you want to.
This is cool. So epic fantasy, high fantasy, dragons, adventure.
It's the Dragonbone Chair.
Yeah, that's cool. Science fiction though. Science fiction fantasy. That looks really cool. I kind of. Oh, and it's in a series too.
Is that number 1 though?
This is number 1. There's a prequel, a 0.5 that goes with the series, but it looks like it only goes to 3.
We have The Witch of Willow Hall, Hester Fox by Hester Fox.
Historical fiction, fantasy, witches, paranormal, gothic, mystery, horror, romance.
Meh.
I don't know.
It's a pass. She only reads 4 stars and above.
That's not true, but
I'm gonna set it on this
I do
side.
appreciate it. Okay. I don't know. I like that it's kind of darker and gothic, so I
don't know. This looks like a book you'd want to read. Just look at the very nice cover. It's got all your colors you like.
Does have a nice cover.
Magnolia.
Oh, Neil Gaiman. Okay, got my attention. Interesting.
High flying, refreshing, out of the blue fantasy with great characters, emotional depth, and unique fantasy world that I've never seen coming.
It is fantasy, romance, young adult, science fiction, magical realism, which is an interesting tag for it. Paranormal.
Meh, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna scan it.
You're gonna scan it?
See what it's worth.
There's too many yeses. Do you see the pile of yes over here versus your 1.5 because I'm still on the fence of that?
Alright.
It's getting this,
now this is
intense, guys.
Next one is just one of the books that they sell like at Barnes and Nobles or Books a Million. Gothic, chilling, ghost stories. It's weird. It says Gothic, chilling, ghost short stories, and then fantasy at the bottom of it. Honestly, I should have probably pulled this book out and listed it on eBay during Halloween time. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be just like cheesy stories. I don't know. Let me know if you guys ever read any of these stories out of these books before. You're back to the Witch,
I don't know.
Witch of the Willow Hall.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay. This looks awesome. Dragon Rider, best-selling author of The Thief, Lord, and Ink Heart.
Is Ink Heart a movie?
It is.
That's a young adult for a kid, right?
It's definitely kids. A boy, a dragon, and a quest. He calls him a furry friend, but I'm getting kitty vibes. Are you getting kitty vibes?
There's a cat on the dragon with him.
Meow, 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 meow. But he says furry friend, so maybe it's not really a cat.
That looks like a cat.
I don't know. I know. It's like cat, but humanoid. It's harder to read it.
I want to read it. It's got pictures. The words are all spread out.
It's 3.99 stars. It's actually pretty.
It's got dragons in it.
It says middle grade children's magic, science fiction, fantasy dragons.
Set it for Zoe, maybe. We're hoping our daughter's gonna read fantasy books.
I mean, wouldn't it be so sad if she didn't? She already kind of reads them, but she likes it like graphic novel style more.
Wheel of Time. Which one it is? Not sure. It's
In the
1 out of
beginning.
100. Is it the first one?
I don't think so.
All right, we have the New Spring, the novel, part of the Wheel of Time series. In the beginning, the Wheel of Time turns the ages and comes and pass.
It's number 0. It is the first.
What was, what will be, and what is may yet fall under the shadows. Let the dragon ride again on the winds of time.
You finally found the first one.
It's
the
number
prequel.
0. You were
It's
telling
number
me if I
0.
found number 1, you would start reading it. So here's actually number 0.
Number 0.
It's in good shape too.
I got so sad.
I gotta keep this one for sure.
When I finished this series, and that was 8 books. I mean, I'll never be sad again, you would think, because this series, Wheel of Time, is 14?
Is it 14?
I don't know. It's saying 14, but it keeps going on. There's like other parts. Eye of the World, The Great Hunt, that's still Wheel of Time, but something else too.
Leave a comment if you've read the whole series already. I'll read the number 0 and then I'll start the show to finish it.
Like they have spin-off series too.
We're gonna keep this one though,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Alright.
I can't believe you found the first one. I mean,
No, I found number 0.
but number 0.
So we have mostly keeping all of them, it looks like, except 2 that we're not gonna keep. One maybe for
I'm on the fence about this one. Keep going.
daughter. We're gonna put this one over here then if you're on the fence because you have too many.
I do have too many.
And you want me to hold on to this Dragon Rider?
I want to know if it's a cat.
I'll read
What
it, tell
is
you if it's
it?
a cat or not.
What is it?
I don't know. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this content, and we'll catch you guys in the next chapter. Okay.
I'm excited about this.
Good.
No, these are like all these other authors that I want to read and stuff. So, did the blurbs on the back of this? They must all be on the same. She's very. I'm sorry. A book nerding.